The seniors we highlight are almost always brought to our attention by the staff and administration in each school building, as no one knows the students better. But sometimes a student catches our attention on his or her own, and even more rarely, that can happen well before that student is a senior, and we keep them in mind until they are. In this episode of Senior Spotlight, we travel to Roosevelt High School, where one senior's been earning accolades since she was a freshman, and she's not about to stop. Each year, 1.6 million of the nation's top students are considered for National Merit Scholarships as semi-finalists. In the end, only 15,000 students in total are named National Merit Finalists. The Sioux Falls School District has 20 of those finalists, and one of them is Roosevelt senior Ashley Geraets.
Ashley is just a wonderful student. As you might guess, she is incredibly just naturally gifted in the areas of math and science. But in addition to that, she has all those skills that go along with just allowing her to achieve everything she can with her potential. She is just meticulous in her work, thorough in her studying. When she asks a question, it's a good question. The other thing that I see about Ashley is just she's so driven just to use her talents wisely. So many times these days you see kids that they're just content to, maybe fritter away their time on their cell phones, and that's not Ashley at all. She uses her time doing things that are important to her and that are going to help her make her a better person.
Unsurprisingly, Ashley is taking what is arguably the toughest high school class available, Advanced Placement Physics 2.
AP Physics 2 is a difficult class. The thing about AP Physics is that it's a 2-year class, so students really have to have the drive and the desire to learn a lot about it to take both years, and Ashley's done a great job in both of those classes. To get an idea of it, we have 30 kids basically taking AP Physics 2, so that's 30 kids out of all of Roosevelt, and she's in that group and just leading the way. She sets the curve on a lot of the tests that we take. The AP Physics 1 exam is one of the most difficult ones to pass nationwide, and she did that with flying colors, so it says a lot about her natural abilities. Ashley took AP Physics 1 last year and scored at the top of the class. She did a great job, and I would have no doubt that she'll achieve high on this test as well.
It's one of many AP classes Ashley will have completed when she graduates in a few weeks.
I think 11 total, so yeah, because first semester I did AP Gov online.
She's also currently taking AP Calculus and this AP seminar class where she's building the skills she'll need to do research projects in college. 5th period, she's earned herself a break.
Well, it's technically a study hall because I did personal finance online, but I finished that before the semester kind of started, so they just gave me a study hall.
But she doesn't spend her study hall studying necessarily. To be honest, we didn't first notice Ashley because of her academic prowess, which is considerable. And if you haven't noticed, she's not the kind of person who calls attention to herself.
Ashley is quiet in her leadership. She doesn't have a lot to say, but when she asks a question, particularly if it's as part of a class discussion, I know that it's something that we definitely need to talk about, and that it's something that is important and a key concept that she wants to know more about. Ashley also is a leader to her peers, but in a quiet way. I know that if a student has a question and if I'm busy with something else, that Ashley is somebody that's going to be able to tell them as far as the concepts and how to do the problem. But at the same time, she's not presumptuous. She's just a wonderful blend of having such a great natural intelligence, but not being someone that's presumptuous in that or that brags about it or makes that known.
Ashley first popped up on our radar because of this, her artwork, which has repeatedly won state, regional, and national awards.
I guess, every year since freshman year I've done the colored pencil piece for state arts, so I've done well with that. And then I've done watercolor pieces a couple years, and then I did the oil painting this year, and I think I've gotten first on all of them, I think. And then I've also entered the Congressional Arts competition every year and done well with that. And then just a lot of other random competitions. I don't know. I have a hard time talking about awards and stuff.
Her humility is part of what makes her special. But if she won't talk about her awards, her teachers gladly will.
She has been just a phenomenon since she's started. I can't take credit for her talent. She came here with that talent, and she has grown since her freshman year to her senior year now. And it's been fun to see her growth because she did start with talent. She didn't stop there. She pushed herself and continued to go beyond and grow in every way. Since she's been a freshman, she's placed first in every category that she has entered in state arts, which is a pretty prestigious competition. She's also placed first and second in the South Dakota Congressional Art Awards, which is pretty phenomenal. Her art was in Washington, D.C. 2 different times. And she's won just numerous regional shows, national shows, some scholarship money. She has just succeeded in most things that she has entered.
In fact, after these interviews were recorded, we found out she won second place, yet again, in the Congressional Art Competition for this piece, which will be displayed in U.S. Representative Dusty Johnson's office in Washington, D.C. for the next year. It's a piece she's particularly proud of.
The colored pencil piece I made this year, it's I usually do surreal, kind of like surreal pieces, so it's like this sea anemone, like sitting in a tree like it's a nest, and in there are a couple little creatures. They're like raccoon dogs. They're called tanukis. So it's kind of symbolizing like lost ocean. So like with all the damage that's hurting like our oceans and like pollution and climate change and that sort of thing, it's kind of symbolizing like there's no place left for like these ocean creatures and stuff, like they don't have anywhere else to go, like there's nothing else to do. So hopefully like that will encourage people to reflect on like the interconnection between like the oceans and forests and everything, and how like impacting like I don't know, how like causing harm towards like the ocean, for example, hurts like everything else. So like reflecting on that and encouraging them to improve and like I don't know, kick their habits that contribute to the damage and stuff. So I actually like how it turned out because I normally don't like how my pieces come out, but I actually think this one came out really well, and I don't know, I think that's probably my favorite one that I've done over the years. I don't know, I think there's contrast, which I struggle with a lot. There's like good contrast, and I love the color of the paper, and I got to use, I got a new set of colored pencils last year, and I got to use, it was like 250 different colors, so I got to use those on this one. So I had lots of fun with that, and yeah, I don't know, I just think it actually looked decent at the end, so.
Her art teacher would have a harder time choosing a favorite.
Almost every piece that she's done has just been a phenomenal piece that I wish I would have done that. It's amazing, her skill and her idea and her detail and her rendering, everything is just always so well developed. I'd say one of her pieces this year I really thought was remarkable was an oil painting she did, and she painted her friend, and she painted fruits and different natural things around the image of the portrait of the person, and it just kind of grew organically as she painted it, and I think that's pretty amazing because she didn't always plan it, and that's pretty brave to go in and let the piece speak to you and evolve with you, and it just was a beautiful end product when it was done. So I was very proud of that, and I know that's one of her favorites too.
Over the years, we learned about Ashley's awards from her teachers and the administration at Roosevelt, not from Ashley, which seems about right.
She is very happy to let her work speak for herself, and doesn't want the spotlight. Her art can be in the spotlight. So she's very much that maybe more shy, introverted artist type that speaks volumes with her writing and her visual art and the way she communicates so beautifully with them. It is quite remarkable.
Ashley's not the only one. Roosevelt's Visual Arts Department has won many awards from the work of various artists. Ashley credits the teachers.
Well, I think a lot of it is like our art teachers here, like Mrs. Dresch and Mrs. Wynn and all of them. Like they're, I don't know, just the way that they approach students and help them, and like they make them more interested in doing art. So then like the kids make more art and they get better at it, and then they're more involved.
We have an amazing group of art teachers here, and we really try to cultivate that artistic spirit, that spirit of perseverance, that spirit of creativity, originality, and just confidence in your art skills, and to realize that art skills grow. So I think we love to have our beginning classes where we get to plant those seeds and really just water and fertilize the creative seeds until they do grow and then bloom, and we see the fruits of that when we enter different shows and competitions, and really love seeing the kids take pride in their efforts, because I always say artwork is hard work, and that's something that you can really learn through the visual arts and all the processes that we have.
Yet for a student to excel in both advanced placement math and science classes, as well as earn state and national awards for her artwork, is nothing short of exceptional.
And that's something that I think is rare. A lot of times when you see somebody that does so well in the math and sciences, the art side may be lacking, but for Ashley, those are both just strong together. And I think that's really what's going to mold her as a person when she leaves Roosevelt. Yes, she has great natural abilities in the math and the science, but it's that desire to see us be better stewards of our earth that will bring that all together for her. And so yes, when you look at her artwork, you can just see the love that she has for the nature and the earth that we have. And so to be able to put those together as a career would be fantastic for her. It's just been a real privilege to have Ashley in class. Like I said, I see a lot of kids that are naturally intelligent, but it's very rare that you wrap up that natural intelligence with just the drive and the potential to put it all together the way that Ashley does.
It's very unusual. Like I said, she is just a phenomenon. She is an art star. She works hard in her other classes, but yet when she goes home, her passion, her pastime, her free time, if she has it, is art, is all art. And she, maybe relaxes in that, but it is hard work as well. So how much she can produce and the level, the quality that she can produce is pretty amazing.
If Ashley's story ended here, it would indeed be pretty amazing. But it can't. Because the same hands you see creating such intricate detail in this advanced placement art project are incredibly, championship-winningly powerful.
I don't honestly know a lot about the powerlifting part of it, but it doesn't surprise me at all because she does have that strength to her. It doesn't matter if she's quiet in class. I know that she has the resolve to do well, and so the powerlifting part would just naturally fit in, I think.
A few years ago, I just got into lifting just because it looked fun. So I'm like, okay, I wanted to gain some weight, so I'm like, okay, let's just try lifting or whatever. So then I lifted and did more I wouldn't say bodybuilding because I wasn't a bodybuilder or anything, but more that style of lifting for a couple years, and then I got more into powerlifting and strength sports sort of a thing. So then I did a lot of research online and kind of taught myself form and programming stuff and that sort of thing, and cues and stuff. So then I just got more into it, and a lot of it is lifting is major stress relief for me. I go to the gym for a couple hours and I just don't think about anything except for doing the lifts and stuff. So that's a really big part of my life, and how I don't know, keep my stress levels down and stuff. So, and it's just so much fun. I really get that satisfaction when you're done with a workout and that sort of thing. So we did, I think I've competed at 3 meets. So my first one was the Mitchell meet. I think that was December of 2018. And I got first in my class. There's only like 2 people in my weight class, but like whatever, it's fine. Then the O'Gorman meet, I actually got the most outstanding female lifter award, which is based off of like the IPF Wilks formula, which is what they use at like the USAPL meets and stuff. So that was cool. I wasn't expecting that at all, you know. I think I totaled 535 pounds at like at like 100-pound body weight, I think it was. So that was pretty cool. And then at the state meet, my total was the same. I didn't do any better, but it's okay. And I still got first in my weight class and stuff, but yeah. I don't know, like the meets are really fun. Like I'm not a very competitive person, so I was kind of like hesitant to like compete, I guess. But they're really fun, and everyone's like really supportive of everyone, so.
As before, Ashley tends to downplay her success in powerlifting too. Her coach at Roosevelt told us she could easily be within the top 5 powerlifters in the country for her age and weight if she decided to pursue it that far.
I mean, she's like mind, body, soul, really. I was so surprised when I learned that she was on the powerlifting team and that was one of her other things that she did. And like, I've known you for 4 years and I didn't know that about you. And just another facet to a really fascinating individual.
This drive, motivation, and desire to continually push herself and improve carries over to the world around her, which she is also committed to making better.
Students that are taking 2 years of physics would often look at some sort of a science as a career, not always necessarily in physics. In Ashley's case, I think, for instance, she's very interested in the engineering side, but the environmental part of it. So the physics, it just adds such a great knowledge base for her. I don't see her as like a typical, mechanical engineer, but she'll use those skills to the best of her ability no matter what she does. She's interested in the science as part of it, but generally I think I see it as something where she wants to better our world because of it. We have so many issues just facing our earth as far as conservation and energy crisis and that sort of thing. Ashley's one of those that has the potential to really impact that. Someday we'll hear about a really cool innovation that's going to help us, save a bunch of energy, and that'll be Ashley probably in charge of that.
I'm very passionate about the environment and like things like climate change and that sort of thing. So like I really want what I'm doing to impact and make a positive impact on our environment. Like my ultimate goal is to help improve or help encourage other people to improve their habits to make the environment a better place. I've done that with art pieces too, sending a message to do that. And a lot of that actually came from I went vegan a couple years ago. And I did that first for the ethical side of it, but then I got more into researching how the animal agriculture and stuff impacts the environment. So then I became more passionate about the environmental side, and I'm oh, I want to do this in the future and help. I'll be attending Colorado State University in Fort Collins, and I'll be studying environmental engineering as my major, and I plan to minor in French and Japanese. So yeah, hopefully I can do some undergrad research. So I applied for a program there, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to yet.
Oh yes, she's also taken 4 years of French, and she's already started learning Japanese on her own.
I've done a little bit of self-study. I know alphabets and stuff and some vocabulary and a few grammar things, but I really want to learn more in college and use that as an opportunity since they don't offer it at Roosevelt.
While her career path doesn't necessarily fall within the realm of the arts, it will always be a part of her life.
I am always surprised that she's not going on with art, because I see her as an artist and an art star, and so gifted in that. So I know she has plans in other areas, environmental engineering, and I really do think she's going to make wonderful, intelligent choices in those areas. And I think that it is also pretty special because she will get to save her art gift for her time and for her experiences and for her communication and art's kind of a therapy and a self-expression too. So I think that's really pretty special too, that she'll have that part that she can do on her terms and that she'll always, she'll keep that. I would love to see what she creates in the future, and I know we'll keep in touch as lifelong friends going forward.
Obviously, I'm gonna continue doing art and stuff. Like, I hope in the future I can have maybe a little online shop or something to sell art. And of course I'll probably take some art classes, but it's not gonna be my main career focus, I guess, because a lot of that is, I think if I make art my career, it will make it less fun, because I like to do it for myself, rather than having a client with whatever ideas they have and stuff.
She'll keep pushing her physical limits, too.
I know CSU, they have a powerlifting club, so I'll look into that.
Roosevelt may be the largest school in the state, but Ashley admits that can be an advantage for students looking to cultivate their interests the way that she has.
We have really good teachers. At least I've had awesome teachers here that are always really supportive and helpful, and they're good at teaching and stuff. So, and I think there's so many the school is really big, so there's always a lot of opportunities to be involved in something, and of course you have to be motivated to find opportunities and stuff too. But I don't know, I think the size of the school is a really big factor, and just the fact that we have really awesome teachers, and they've definitely given me all these opportunities academic wise, art wise, to interact with other people, but also develop my brain and that sort of thing, which I think is important for future career and communication skills. And I think Roosevelt's, they've done a pretty good job at doing that.
I think that's why it's important when students start at high school to maybe try different things and to see where their gifts lie, to see where their interests are. And with Ashley, she has so many interests and so many gifts that she was able to excel at all of those things. But I think it's important to not, as teachers or as individuals, not to overlook anybody, because there's gold mines out there in our kids, and we need to help them recognize that and encourage them, and to be the support system and the fan club to each and every child, each and every future Ashley that's out there, and see what develops in more students in the future.
All graduations are bittersweet. And as much as Roosevelt High School is going to miss Ashley, they're also grateful for what she leaves behind and all that is yet to come.
I think just her spirit of perseverance, that beside her amazing artistic gifts and talents, you can have a lot of creative talent, innate talent, and learned creativity, but if you don't have that spirit of perseverance, you're not going to take it to new levels, you're not going to advance, you're not going to get the results. And she has exemplified that in whatever area any of our future Rough Riders want to excel in. You need to put the time in, put your passion in, never give up on it, and you will see that happen. And then another great quality that she has is that she is not afraid to grow. And we, as educators, we call that growth mindset, where she knows that even at her level, that she has more to learn and more to achieve and more to grow. So she's always been so welcoming of critiques or encouragement, or why don't you try that in a bigger size, or try this media, and pushing her sometimes beyond her comfort zone. And she said, okay, it's uncomfortable, but I will do it because I know I want to get better. And that's where greatness happens. And that's something that I would like future students to know about Ashley, and to believe in for themselves.
I see great, super naturally intelligent kids, but Ashley stands out because she's also just driven to use those talents in a way that benefits everyone. And it is so exciting to see her. Every year when my seniors leave, I'm always excited to see what's in store for them. But for Ashley Geraets, it will definitely be something very exciting.
This just doesn't come around that often. So to not have her here next year, after having 4 years of Ashley in my art room, it will be very different. I will really miss her, and I will be excited to see where she goes with her gifts, because she has not just the art gifts, but just this wonderful, sweet, intelligent spirit, and she's meant to really make this world a better place.